The Breitling Navitimer was made since the 1950s. It was originally made for pilot, and the Navitimer name combines the word navigation and timer. It has a rotating bezel called the slide rule, that when used properly, it can calculate things like average speed, fuel consumption, and climbing speeds. Nowadays, it just looks cool because it is. I don't have words to describe it. It is functional and looks amazing at the same time. It has so much detail. The markers, numbers, and they're all so crisp and well polished. It is like a mathematical jewelry made into perfection. This slide rule bezel was originally featured in the Breitling chronomet 10 years before the Navitimer. During that time, Breitling is a pioneer with the chronograph and made the first chronograph wristwatch with a monopusher in 1923. Before that, all chronograph functions was done through the crown. In 1934, Breitling came up with the creation of a two-pusher chronograph. One pusher to start and stop the chronograph function, the other pusher to reset it back to zero. And that is now the standard across nearly all chronograph models. It may make for a busy dial for the untrained eye, because it's not only a watch, it's not only a watch dial, it is also an instrument. This piece is one of my earliest purchases, and it reflects what I love about watches. This is the Breitling Navitimer B01 chronograph 46mm. As the number 46 suggests, it is a big watch. But I think when it comes to a Navitimer, 46 is the way to enjoy it. The beautiful dial that's pretty much an instrument cluster. The subdials and the numbers and markings are evenly spaced out. Anything smaller would make this dial even harder to read. It is 14.5mm thick, which appears flat for a big watch like this. Obviously, I don't recommend it for small wrists, but it can really look great for guys with 7.5-inch wrists. It has hour and minutes hands at the center. The subdial on the left side is the running seconds display. The subdial on the right side is the minutes register for the chronograph, and the subdial at the bottom is the hour register for the chronograph. It also has a central chronograph seconds hand in red for strong contrast. A date window display can be found between 4 and 5 hour markers, and inside of it is a powerhouse of a movement. It is the Breitling B01 in-house chronograph caliper, chronometer certified with 70 hours power reserve. It is a beast of a movement. The other wonderful feature of this piece, in my opinion, is the 24mm wide lugs, which is pretty wide. Because of it, it can be paired with some of the most beautiful meaty leather straps. These straps are very thick, has a lot of leather in them, and very comfortable. And they're very rugged too. Even as rugged as a metal bracelet, in my opinion. So the big question still is, 46mm, is it too big? Is it too flashy? Well, for big wrists, I don't think it is too big. it is definitely the biggest watch in my collection. I also have another 46mm Chapard chronograph in my collection, but I don't think it is too big for a 7.5-inch wrist. Or you may say wearing a big watch like this is for someone who wants to make a statement wherever they go. Well, I'm not that kind of person either. I would cover up my watch under my jacket. I won't even check the time when I was in public. Just know the watch is there on my wrist is enough for me to enjoy the time.